Miscommunication. That's what happens with the miscommunication. I'm alone today. Kris Carr will not be on the show today, guys. She's on Campia's show today too, which is a great show. And didn't realize she was on today. We were going back and forth with times, and she had thought it was an East Coast or Pacific, rather, or California time. So no Kris Carr, just me and my lonesome today. I apologize. False advertising on my end, but we'll get Kris back on the show. I apologize. But there's some stuff going down. Amy Pascal, David Heyman closed deals to produce the next James Bond movie for Amazon. There's a 5-minute Superman preview coming out before Minecraft. Tons of stuff. So let's get into it. It's me by my lonesome with you guys here today. Let's have a fun show. It's Kristian Harloff show. Ready to do this? Let's do it. I'm not eating meatloaf. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Good. So, as I mentioned, just gonna be me shooting the shit with you guys. So, ask away. Do what you want. Ask whatever you want to do. Any questions you have? Show's going to work like this. I'm going to read the topics that I set out today. We'll go over said topics, and I'm going to go over your questions. If it's an hour show, it's an hour show. If it's a 2-hour show, it's a 2-hour show. If it's a 3-hour show, well, then we're effed because I got to get Sam in here at 4:30 as we're recording the rest of our WandaVision reactions. But let's get to this first story. And the first story is this thing that just dropped. It's a pretty big story. Amy Pascal, David Heyman they closed deals to produce the next James Bond movie for Amazon MGM. I'm a big fan of you, Coco, but I'm going to tell you to go away right now. Thank you. Amy Pascal, you know her, the producers behind the Spider-Man Harry Potter franchises. It's official. James Bond has found its producers in Amy Pascal and David Heyman. The duo have been tapped by Amazon MGM to steer the new Bond film, the first to be produced by someone outside the Broccoli family. Pascal will produce the films via Pascal Pictures, with Heyman producing via Heyday Films. It was made immediately clear that they would be producing Bond titles beyond the immediate next film. The selection comes after MGM closed a deal with Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson, the producers whose family have been producing the 007 movie since the 1960s, to take over creative control of the Bond franchise. In today's announcement, MGM highlighted both Pascal and Heyman's track record in franchise filmmaking. Pascal is behind the Spider-Man franchise, with the Tom Holland-fronted films grossing over $3 billion at the global box office, while Heyman shepherded the Harry Potter franchises, include the spin-off series Fantastic Beasts. Well, wait a minute. If you're going to include the Fantastic Beasts in there, you got to include the fart piles that came out of the Spider-Man stuff with Amy Pascal. I mean, come on. We are approaching every creative decision with James Bond, which Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson have so masterfully steered, with the greatest sense of responsibility, said Amazon MGM Studios head of film Courtney Valenti. No, Courtney. Part of an elite group of producers who have developed and managed massive film franchises to box office success and critical acclaim. Amy Pascal and David Heyman are two of the most accomplished, experienced, and respected film producers in our industry. James Bond is one of the most iconic characters in the history of cinema, said Pascal and Heyman in a joint statement. We are humbled to follow in the footsteps of Broccoli and Wilson, who made so many extraordinary films, and honored and excited to keep the spirit of Bond very much alive as he embarks on his next adventure. Okay. Well, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, it's like the same old conversation, right? You could go to all the positives that both Pascal and Heyman have done. You can go to a bunch of negatives. The question is, what's the passion like when it comes to this project? Because every producer that has an opportunity to jump on James Bond is going to do it. The question is, what's your game plan? That's the big question. What is the game plan? Because if you got a good game plan and you're going to keep the fans happy, and the first thing out the gate is a good product, well, then you're going to have goodwill behind you. And people are going to say, okay, look what they did. Because there's going to be a lot of comments with this news. But look at all the stuff that Amy Pascal did with, as I mentioned, she's still got her name attached to Madam Web and all that other stuff. That doesn't mean anything, because then you could just say the same thing. She has her name attached to things like No Way Home, and people go, well, it's Marvel. That's the MCU. whatever. And you could say to David Heyman, well, he did the Harry Potter movies. Yeah, but he also did Fantastic Beasts. You got to see what the game plan is for Bond, because if the first thing out the gate, if it's a TV show, if it's a movie, whatever it is, if it's good, you go, okay, this team clearly cares about this. They know what they're doing. Their game plan is sound. Flip side, they put something out and they do something, that it's like, okay, wait a minute. This is because this is the same thing that everybody says. Well, we want to honor what came before us, and we appreciate so and so much, and blah 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 blah. And then they just can take a big dump on the franchise. So you can see why they got the job. You understand why they got the job. They have the credentials to have the job. The question is, can they deliver? Well, let's see. If that's who Amazon feels came in and said, okay, look, these are two solid producers, and we like what they want to do with it. We told them what we want to accomplish with this IP now that we have full ownership of it. So if I say, and I own a property, and I go, okay, I got to bring in two producers here that I want, and okay, let's get the guy who did Harry Potter. Let's do the lady who did the Spider-Man movies. Okay, guys, we really like you both. This is what we want to do. TV shows, movies, this. What would you do? Well, we would do this, and this. I liked what they said. I like that they said. I like the budget they're talking about. I like the actors they're kind of considering. I like the strategy of what they're doing. I like this. It lines up with what we are doing. Can they deliver? We'll see. So I'm not. There's going to be a lot of people that are automatically judging right away and on the negative stuff. There's just going to be. And that negativity could be justified after the first movie, but it could also be a lot of hot air if it turns out to be good. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait, because you need good producers to do it. That's it. So what say you guys? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. We're trying to change the thumbnail so people don't get fooled anymore. Anyway, there's more stuff going on, and I want to let you guys know about it, because there's some major stories happening. We're gonna get into that Superman thing in just a bit, but there's more about Batman also. And Ben Affleck talked about his Batman. And what do you think he said about it? I think he said he had a good time. He said it was excruciating, is what the words were. Ben Affleck first took on the role of Bruce Wayne / Batman in 2016's Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, directed by Zack Snyder. The actor ended up staying in the role across several films, including Snyder's Justice League, a short appearance in The Flash, and a cameo in David Ayer's Suicide Squad. He also famously was going to do a solo film, which he was planning to direct, but that all fell apart, and then along came Matt Reeves with a new standalone take on Batman that saw Pattinson take over the role. After that came a regime change with James Gunn and Peter Safran's new DC, wiping away the DCEU set up by Snyder's Man of Steel. Affleck recently sat down with GQ and reflected on his time as Batman, saying he's done with the superhero genre and how it wasn't a good experience for him. He said there's a number of reasons why that really was an excruciating experience, and they don't all have to do with the simple dynamic of, say, being in a superhero movie or whatever. I'm not interested in going down that particular genre again, not because of that bad experience, because just I lost interest in what was of interest to me. But I certainly wouldn't want to replicate an experience like that. So why was it so bad for him? Affleck explains that it all came down to expectation and his own personal issue impacting his job performance. He said a lot of it was misalignment of agendas, understandings, expectations, and also, by the way, I wasn't bringing anything particularly wonderful to that equation at the time either. I had my old failings, significant failings in that process and that time. I mean, my failings as an actor, you can watch the various movies and judge, but more of my failings in terms of why I had a bad experience, part of it was that what I was bringing to work every day was a lot of unhappiness. So I wasn't bringing a lot of positive energy to the equation. I don't cause problems, but I came in and I did my job and I went home. But you've got to do a little bit better than that. He says the problems went beyond just him, adding that there were issues with the films overall and their darker and more adult tone than many works in the genre. What happened was it started to skew too old for a big part of the audience. Like, even my own son at the time was too scared to watch the movie. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, we have a problem. And then I think that's where you had a filmmaker that wanted to continue down that road and a studio that wanted to recapture all the younger audience at a cross purpose. Then you have two entities, two people really wanting to do something different, and that is really bad recipe. Affleck's now focusing on his production company, Artists Equity, where he aims to avoid a repeat of the situation in future projects. I like these comments. Do you know why I like these comments? Because they're honest. They're real honest. I like the comments. He said he had a bad experience. People are going to go right away. Well, wait, yesterday you said that the honesty is a bad thing. The movie came out already. It's long gone. Not trying to promote it anymore. Said no, he didn't have a good time doing it, and he said why it didn't work in general, and he was breaking down the equation. And I liked how he did that. I liked what he said. I liked that he said it just wasn't. There was a certain idea, and he didn't just blame it on anybody. He also blamed some of it on himself. He said it wasn't in a good headspace. And it's documented that he wasn't in a good headspace at that time. And he was going to work, and he said the energy wasn't great. Now, the energy probably helped towards Batman. I think a lot of people liked his performance as Batman, but he said it himself. He said, I went in, I did my work, I went home. He said, that's not what you should be doing. You should be doing more. I love when people own it. He owned it. Good for him. He owned it. And then he basically talked again, what was pretty much well documented. They went down this road. The studio said that road's not working. Snyder said, I want to continue down that road. The studio said, we don't want to go down that road. And then boom. So that all makes sense. And they're going to, now the tone is going to be different, obviously, with the DCU and seeing how it lines up. But I think it's a bummer that you're not going to see Affleck in the genre anymore, because he's probably been a little, I guess, tainted by it, right? Daredevil and now this. So he just hasn't had the greatest experience. But the difference is no one really accepted him as Daredevil. People loved him as Batman, and he did a really good job. I actually think he was one of the best parts of The Flash. I think he was great, and I think he was really good in Batman. I remember when he was announced as Batman on Schmoes, you're like, really? Oh, Ben Affleck? He was a good Batman. He's a real good Batman. And he played Bruce Wayne really well. But it was that kind of more darker energy side of it, of the Snyderverse. And he just didn't, in general, he didn't vibe with it and what he was going through personally. So I like that. I don't know what you guys think about the comments. Put your thoughts in there. Let me know what you think. We got more stuff to talk about, man. All right, this is day 2 of me telling you guys about Trade. Now you say, why aren't you opening it? Because I got like 3 bags. I got another one at home. So Trade coffee is my favorite. I have the subscription. I told you guys, oh God, that smells good. I'm not even lying to you. Wait. Oh my God, it smells good. Anyway, so Trade, I was so excited. They came back on. They were going to have spots for the rest of the year. I was like, yes. And then they said, well, nobody's buying us, so we're out. I said, let me give you one more spot, and I'll put it in for the rest of the week. And I'm hoping, I want people to bombard them. And if you're coffee drinkers, it's going to be worth it. But if not, then we don't see Trade ever again. But I would love to have Trade back, and I'd love to know, what the hell happened this week? Everybody bought Trade. But I'm going to tell you about them. And if you like it and you were a coffee drinker, I highly recommend it. I have it. My kid just put stickers all over the damn coffee machine today. It's Trade everywhere. And I feel like I'm it's like an X now, but hopefully they come back to us. Here, take a look.
I have been in absolute heaven with Trade coffee being back. I have their new mug that they gave me. I'm got a whole big bag of coffee that I've been whole beans. Oh, I love Trade coffee. It really is just legendary. So if you don't have it, you should, because for me, I have a familiar routine. Coffee for me is the first thing in the morning. It is what I need to start the day. I need those cups. I have 2 cups in the morning, and I have my whole bean from Trade, and I just love it. Coffee is important to me. Trade is the #1 U.S. specialty coffee marketplace. It brings you fresh coffee from over 50 of the country's top roasters. Trade's experts have taste tested thousands of coffees to curate over 450 amazing roasts. Whether you're new to coffee or you know your favorites, they'll handpick the perfect coffee for you. You just take their quiz, and in under a minute, they'll match you with your perfect coffee. If that first bag isn't quite right, no problem. Trade replaces it for free until they nail it. And trust me, they're going to nail it. Their prices are on par with grocery store brands, but the quality, next level. Plus, you're supporting your local roasters. It really is a win-win. There's a dark roast that I really like. I love the way it smells. And even Mike Kalinowski, who doesn't even drink coffee, he just misses being in the LA studio to smell Trade coffee. And the beauty of this right now, Trade is exclusively offering our listeners 40% off your first order at drinktrade.com/Kristian. It's that easy. Drinktrade, TRADE.com/Kristian for 40% off your first order. Drinktrade.com/Kristian. You will get this. You will thank me and let them know that I sent you. Trade.
You got that code for about, let's say, Tuesday until Friday, and that's it, 40% off. And tell them that we sent you, and let's get them back. I'll be so happy if I say to you guys did it. You did it. Let's get Trade Coffee back. If not, it's fun while it lasted. I'm still going to be using them no matter what. I love them. Anyway, let's get to some more topics here. We got some good ones. There's a lot of stuff going on. Let's talk about Jurassic World. Let's talk about Jurassic World, because that new one with Scarlett Johansson, apparently it's the number one. This doesn't surprise me at all, to be honest. I don't know why I say apparently. Jurassic tops the summer 2025 film poll. Universal's Jurassic World Rebirth. It has come in at number one at the most anticipated films of the summer, according to users of digital tracking, the outlet Fandango. The Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey-led film, the 7th overall mainline entry in the Jurassic Park franchise, and a semi-reboot of the property, was voted the most anticipated by more than 5,000 people who had brought at least one ticket to a movie theater since January 2024. The study itself was conducted in December 2024, but additional information and results were obtained via a supplemental survey of more than 3,000 moviegoers conducted last month. The rest of the top 10 were in order: The Fantastic Four, interesting, Mission Impossible, then Superman, Thunderbolts, From the World of John Wick Ballerina, 28 Years Later, How to Train Your Dragon, Lilo and Stitch, and Freakier Friday. 80% of the respondents were 18 to 54, 51 were male, 47% female, 2 non-binary, 45% Caucasian, 42% Latino, Hispanic, 18% Black African American, 5% Asian Pacific Islander, and 2% other. 77 of the respondents say that they attended at least one PLF showing this past year, up 6% from the prior year. 88% of the moviegoers expected to see more movies this year. The survey comes just before CinemaCon gets underway in Las Vegas. So last night, I was at the screening for Working Man. I don't know if there's an embargo or what it is, so I can just give my thoughts. It's exactly what I wanted. There's a few bad actors in it. I'll tell you that. I won't single out who. There's a few bad actors, but I didn't care. It's exactly what I wanted. You're going there for the act. It's like what Jean-Claude Van Damme used to do in the late 80s, early 90s now. I love watching Statham movies. It's exactly what I wanted. Jason, he'd set it up every time. This summer, or what is it? What are we in? We're in April. No, we're in March. This March, Jason Statham is an ex-military person, and he works somewhere else now. And someone gets kidnapped, and Jason Statham is asked to help them. Reluctant at first, he decides he's gonna kick some fucking ass. Jason Statham in every Jason Statham movie. We love it. That's it. I'm in. I am in. I really dug it. About my buddy, John Pinto, who I mentioned. And I wish I would have got the gentleman's name. There was, I just say broccoli and meatloaf like an animal in front of you guys. I didn't even realize I was doing it. That's how hungry I am now. Anyway, I'm about to do I did my out of the theater reaction. I went to the AMC in Lincoln Square, New York. And I start doing it. And I see this guy. I just had to do. The guy was sitting on this bench. I said, I know the guy's sitting there, and this is my spot. So I started doing it. And the guy looked up, and then I finished it up. He goes, "Hey, I'm a subscriber." I was like, "Hey, it's amazing." The guy was a nice guy. He was a really nice guy. He talked about how he part of the channel. He was out. He saw the movie too. He enjoyed it. I wish I would have gotten his name and give him a shout out. He's a nice guy. But anyway, why did I bring any of that up? Because I'm curious. What I did notice inside of that theater was that people who saw that movie that were not critics were really enjoying it and understood the assignment of what this movie was. Now, I think it's going to be similar to the Jurassic World. This movie's going to make $1 billion. I've changed my mind. I don't know if I changed my mind. I think I said it. I think it's one of the movies that could hit $1 billion again. It's the one that if you're asking me minus Avatar for the summer, because Avatar's in December. So in the summer, if you said, okay, you can only bet on one movie that's going to make $1 billion. I'm not taking Superman. I'm not taking Fantastic Four. I'm taking Jurassic World Rebirth all day long for the international appeal, for previous from the resume. Every movie, even the shit pieces, do $1 billion because people just want to see dinosaurs running around. That's it. And now with Scarlett Johansson, this does not surprise me. I mean, granted, it wasn't that many people, at 3,000, whatever it was, but still, will it be now? Polls are different everywhere. Like if I put a poll up on my channel, out of 4 movies, what's going to be? Let's say we got 15. Hey, Luke, if you're watching this, put a poll up on the channel and say out of these 4 movies, what movie are you looking forward to the most? Jurassic World, Fantastic Four, Superman, and let's say what was the next one on the list? Let's say Thunderbolts, right? I think that was the next one on the list out of the top 4. I don't think Jurassic World will come in number 1 on my channel, and there'll be probably more than 3,000 people. So you could essentially write an article that there's another poll that says that this movie was number 1, but I still think internationally, Jurassic World will be number 1. It's gonna kick ass. It really is, because it's gonna fit the formula, and that's the problem though. It's not going to be. I thought they were going to kind of scale back and go more towards the original book and do that kind of movie. They're just even the trailers and everything. They do another hybrid dinosaur movie. Who cares? But maybe enough people to see it. I say who cares, and I still know that I am going to be in that summer movie mode when the Universal thing comes up and the dinosaurs start coming in and they play that music. I'm going to be in summer movie mode because I know Jurassic World hits in summer movies. I liked the first Jurassic World. It might be somewhere Dan Merle is twitching, but I liked the first Jurassic World movie. The other 2, not so much. But we'll see if they can separate it and what they will do with it. So I don't know. I really want to see what you guys think about all this. So put your thoughts in there. Let me know where we're at with the summer movies and all that and more. We got more stuff. What do we got? Well, let's just get to this new thing that we were talking about here, this Superman main topic today. And that, of course, is that they're going to show 5 minutes of Superman, a clip anyway, with Minecraft. The next glimpse at James Gunn's Superman might be coming next week. Rumors emerged yesterday that a 5-minute preview of the film will be attached to IMAX screenings of a Minecraft movie in Thailand when the latter film opens there next Thursday, April 3rd. Interesting. I didn't know that it opened in Thailand. Okay. Social media postings since then appear to confirm the reports claiming that Thailand theater chains are already announcing the exclusive first look. It has led to the obvious question as to whether the clip will be attached to a similar way in other countries, including the US, UK, Australia, and the like. That hasn't been confirmed yet. The film's next trailer is expected to be released next Tuesday during Warner Brothers Pictures CinemaCon presentation on the evening of April 1st. It's quite possible that a new regular-length trailer will go online around that time and attached to a regular copies of a Minecraft movie, while the extended 5-minute preview will be held exclusively for IMAX cinemas. Okay. This is me, not necessarily anybody else's thoughts. I don't want to see a 5-minute preview. Don't need it. I'm in already. Show me a new trailer. Don't show me too much. I'm in. Do you want to see 5 minutes? Do we have to see 5 minutes? Do they want to show you like the 5 minutes is like so solid you want to get to the theater? Are they worried? Or are they just like, no, we're so confident in this movie. We can give you 5 minutes, a 2-hour and 20-minute movie. We're giving you 5 minutes of it. You still got 2:15 left to watch the rest of it. Check this shit out, is what James Gunn is saying. Is that the case? Maybe. And the fact that Thailand gets it first, when we get some buzz, I mean, it's going to start floating around. Someone's going to see it. Someone's going to capture it. Something along those lines. And then CinemaCon. So people have been asking me, I got approved to go to CinemaCon. I was supposed to go, but overall, someone asked me last night if I was going. And overall, it just isn't worth it for me in the long run. The Superman stuff would obviously do very well. I'm sure that you guys would be interested in seeing my take on it, on the trailer, but I'm sure they're going to release the trailer here eventually. So I don't even know if it's going to be exclusive. I don't know what else necessarily. I'll be paying attention to Jeff Snyder and other people's tweets and seeing what they're reporting on. It would mean that I'm not shooting reactions here with Sam. It means that I would not be shooting any out of the theater reactions that I might have. It means that I wouldn't be doing live shows. It's just not worth it for me to take that much time off in order to go to CinemaCon. So I won't be going, but I will be paying attention to it and covering it on this show. So that is what I'm doing. I did choose CinemaCon over someone else's. I thought it was a CinemaCon or the Critics' Choice Awards, and I did choose it, but it had nothing to do with that. That was different because that was within talking to my wife about like, hey, we just moved here, beginning of the month. You know, do you have to go to the Critics' Choice Awards this month because I got this, we have this, and I said no, I don't necessarily do, but I have to go to CinemaCon in March, April, and nothing to do with the conversation with my wife. She was prepared. She literally said to me 3 days ago, she said, I have it in my calendar, you're supposed to leave for Vegas at the end of the month. I said, yeah, I'm not going anymore because it just isn't worth it for me. So I'm not going this month, this year anyway, but I probably will go to the Critics' Choice Awards next year. We'll see. But nonetheless, I'll be covering it and we'll be learning it together, me and you and the rest of us. Currently, we're at 15 questions. Come on, let me beat Roka today. I want to beat Roka today. That's right. I'm competitive. I want to beat Roka. Roka's at 92. Let me beat Roka. I thought Kris Carr was going to be able to do it, but she's not here. She left me on my lonesome. Okay, so what do you guys think about the Superman stuff, though? That's something I'd like to see. If you're going to ask me any questions, do you think that this is a good thing, bad thing, normal thing? You know, is it something? Is it great marketing? Is it poor marketing? I just wonder because I will say that combining both stories, this and the other one about Jurassic World being the number one, I was shocked that Superman was like 3 or 4. I thought it would be Mission Impossible was the other one, Luke. That was the other one. I was shocked that Superman was behind Mission Impossible, considering that Mission Impossible linked up right, I think the week after Barbenheimer and that stuff didn't do very well. Did okay. I shouldn't say didn't do very well, but it didn't do gangbusters. I guess because of the budget also. But again, depends on who was polled. I don't know how many people were polled, how many people are really excited for it or not. Maybe people are tired of the superhero genre in general. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Let's do like a couple more stories, and then what we'll do after that is jump into your questions. And like I said, call it a short day. Someone was asking me. I saw someone in the comments asking about Across the Spider-Verse, and I had posted something earlier that said that there was a couple copyright things that we were trying to clear, so it'll probably be out tomorrow. There is a possibility that it'll still come out today. If not, it'll be out first thing in the morning tomorrow. So the one with me and Sam, and then Friday will be the beginning of WandaVision. Okay. Speaking of Marvel and speaking of Wanda, let's talk about Elizabeth Olsen, because she spoke about being Wanda again and whether she was going to be doing it or not doing it, and Krysten Ritter as well. So let's talk about both of them right now. You ever see that movie, Alexander, with Angelina Jolie? Why'd she talk like that? Alexander. Why'd she do that? I didn't like that. Alexander. Anyway, Elizabeth Olsen, Krysten Ritter on their Marvel future. Here we go. Elizabeth Olsen says she's not going to be part of the Russo brothers Avengers Doomsday. Interesting. Is she a liar? She said it's about to start shooting. The back-to-back productions are gearing up to shoot in London soon, just as the actress is leaving the UK after filming Sam Esmail's Panic Carefully. She's confirmed to the Hollywood Reporter that next up for her is to shoot a pilot for FX called Seven Sisters, which reunites her with filmmaker Sean Durkin, who did Marcy May Marlene, that is being filmed in the U.S. The comments come as rumors continue to swirl around the next Avengers film, with Daniel RPK reporting the Marvel chief Kevin Feige will be more hands-on than ever with Doomsday. The reason? They claim that Feige has concerns about the Russos directing the next 2 Avengers films. However, at this stage, replacing them isn't an option. So he plans to closely oversee the projects, ensuring the script is just right and everything stays on track. Meanwhile, one person who would be very happy to return is Jessica Jones. Krysten Ritter herself. Momentum continues to gather to get the actress back in the role, and now the actress herself has responded to the talk appearing on CBS this morning. She said, listen, I love Jessica Jones. I think it's so exciting that there seems to be such an appetite to see her again. I get asked about it almost every day. We remain cautiously optimistic. If they ask me, I would be ready. Ritter added, I may or may not have the jacket that I stole from set. Ritter has previously avoided weighing in on a possible return in Daredevil Born Again, which seems the most likely avenue to reintroduce her character. The actress is currently shooting Dexter Resurrection, which is also exciting. Dexter Resurrection is such a perfect name for that show, because if you're watching the prequel series, you can see, and the last one that they did, it does have, if people were turned off by Dexter in the final season and decided not to come back, I think that's a mistake, because I almost did the same thing. And I went back to the last one that they did in the woods, and then they did this prequel series, and now they're doing Resurrection. I'm on board with it. I got to finish that series, by the way. I'm really locked into 1923 right now. Such a good show. It's a great show. If you want to see why Brandon Sklar is such a star, watch that show. Like you'll know instantly. If you watch 1923, he's got way more to do in this season than he has a lot to do in the first season, but he's got more to do in this one. And they're leaning in. They you can tell that they know. In the first season, they were like, "Oh, we've got a star." In the second season, they're working as if the guy already is this big, massive, huge star, and he's gonna be. Ben Sklar is gonna be one of the big. Everyone's gonna know his name. So right now, you're like, "Who's that?" That's not going to be for long. He is going to be a massive star. The guy is phenomenal. But anyway, the comments here with Elizabeth Olsen. Do we believe this? Do we believe it? Is it one of the? I just don't. When people are asked about superhero movies and these things, I don't believe anybody anymore. It's not to say that she's not telling the truth. I just don't believe them. I referenced Andrew Garfield when Josh Horowitz asked him about him. He flat out lied. Marion Cotillard flat out lied. Everybody flat out lies because they don't want to get in trouble about this stuff. The Benedict Cumberbatch, or J.J. Abrams about Benedict Cumberbatch and Khan. Like everybody lies. So to project the secret. So I don't know. She could be telling the truth, but she didn't really get a good send off. I don't think so. I'm gonna lean on the side that I think she's full of it, but I don't know. As far as Jessica Jones, first of all I need to watch that show. It is Jessica Jones had her own show, didn't she? And then the Defenders. I feel like that's true. You can tell me. Clearly, I didn't watch it, but I like Krysten Ritter. And I hope she shows up in Born Again. And that's how I'm introduced, because I like that show a lot. Born Again. I really do. I put I did an immediate reaction to episodes 5 and 6 today. I have my reactions that will be coming out as well today. And it's a really good show. I like it a lot. So I hope that you guys like the reactions. What do you think about Krysten Ritter coming back? She probably, Defenders have already been rumored that she's coming back for season 2. And they're going to introduce people to them that maybe didn't know them or excited to see them. I don't know. What do you think about the comments, though? I think Krysten Ritter, you can guarantee she's going to be in season 2. I think it's a no-brainer at this point. You go to Vegas, you slap down money, you go, yes, here you go. We know she's coming back. You're not going to get great odds. The Elizabeth Olsen, you probably get better odds now. Would you put the money down if that she was returning? That's the question. That is the question. All right, let's do, I don't know, maybe one or two more stories, and then we can jump to the questions, and then, like I said, call it a day. Unless you guys want to stay on for a bit, up to you guys. New Street Fighter. It is pulled from the schedule. Ouch! Why does this movie keep getting pulled from the schedule? Sony Pictures has officially released the new Street Fighter film adaptation from its upcoming release date. Okay, why? The film was targeting a March 2026 release, but no new date has been scheduled. That's not surprising, and this film hasn't even entered production. Last month, filmmaker Kaito Sakura, Twisted Metal, The Eric Andre Show, was set to direct the project at Legendary Entertainment and Capcom, taking over from Australian twin filmmakers Danny and Michael Filippo, who exited the project last year. Capcom is reportedly heavily involved in a new take. The franchise began life as an 87 arcade game, but took off in 91, released a Street Fighter II, becoming a pop culture event. Multiple sequels followed, and an infamous film adaptation in 94, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Raul Julia, Kylie Minogue, and Ming-Na Wen. A second and lower budgeted film adaptation in 2009 followed. It's not the only change at Sony today either. The studio has also pushed back its Tommy Wirkola directed shark thriller Beneath the Storm by nearly a full year. That film, which has been retitled to Shiver, was going to open August 1st this year, but is now being held to July 2026. Okay. Well, when it comes to Street Fighter, does anybody care? I think the excuse me. I think the answer to that is similar to what I said before. make a good one. I always hate when people say, no one cares about this. No, it's over. It's done. Don't do Terminator movies anymore. No one cares anymore. Nobody cares about bad versions of it. That much I agree. Because frustration can get there from the audience going, everybody's trying to do this and they just can't crack it. Well, everybody hasn't tried because there's a lot of people in the world. So clearly there's people out there just haven't had an opportunity to do things. And maybe that's the same thing with Street Fighter. Maybe it's this guy that's taken over and maybe he needs a little bit more time. I'd like to see a good Street Fighter movie. I'd like to see those characters really pop. And I'd like to see it like become a big phenomenon. How great would it be to see Street Fighter become like a $600 to $700 million movie? It'd be amazing. Now, I wouldn't bet on that one, but I'd like to see it. I would like to see Street Fighter become that kind of phenomenon again. The question is it too little too late to become that kind of phenomenon? Maybe. But you never know if somebody can put together the right story. And maybe that's what happens. But I would really like to see it. I'd like to see Street Fighter become something. I don't know. Do you guys care about Street Fighter? Do you not care? Put your thoughts in there. Tell me. What do you think? All right. Look, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you real quick. We got some, I got DraftKings. So I keep talking about Vegas. I'll tell you about DraftKings and then Stitch Fix, which has been so good to me so far. I'll tell you about them, and then we're going to do questions. So start throwing your questions in now. You keep me on however long you want to. You want me to get the hell out of here? That's fine too. But let's do it. Let's get into this.
The great rewards hunt is on. So join the adventure with DraftKings Casino. For fun seekers, follow the trail to huge jackpots, weekly bonuses, and exclusive games. But the excitement is only getting started because new players can get 500 casino spins on a featured game. Just sign up with that code Harloff and wager a minimum of $5 to receive 500 casino spins on a featured game. Only on the most rewarding places to play, DraftKings Casino. The crowd is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus, physically present in Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Connecticut and Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins valid for featured game only and expire in 168 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends April 27th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's talk about Stitch Fix. Now, I told you guys about them last week. I'm going to tell you about them again. Why? Because shopping, it's not the easiest. I found a much better way because Stitch Fix online personal styling has made it so much easier for me. I cannot stand shopping. I hate it. Even when I'm figuring out my sizes, stores, they just don't seem to have everything that I want in stock. And the crowds, you know me with people. I get annoyed fast. So who has the time to shop anyway? Stitch Fix, you get a stylist who understands your style. They understand your size. They understand your budget. That's the most important thing. They do all the shopping for you. Shopping and figuring out style, it can be overwhelming. So when it comes to getting dressed, it's hard for me to even figure out where to get started. And that's why I love having Stitch Fix, the stylist. It really knows what works. So I can get pieces to make me look great, and it's a confidence boost. I love it. My wife was like, look at you putting outfits together. And I didn't say anything except, yeah, I did it on my own. She knows, though. She knows everything. Anyway, no stores, no crowds, no stress, just personalized looks that you will love. Stitch Fix makes it all very easy. You can make style easy. You can get started today. You got to go to stitchfix.com/KHS. Pretty easy. stitchfix.com/KHS. Thanks, Stitch Fix. Thanks, Stitch Fix, indeed. And thank you to DraftKings, and thank you to Trade Coffee here today. So, links in the description to all of our sponsors. It helps out the show more than you could possibly imagine, everybody. All right. So the other thing is you guys have been donating and asking some questions, and we're going to ask as many questions as you want. You got me all by my lonesome. Anything you want to know, any questions you want to ask, it's on you. So let's do it. The first couple are going to be sad. Why? Because it starts up with Jordan Ross Wainhold, who says, I love Kris Carr. So do we. Think Wicked for Good will be bigger than the first. Highlights of 2025. Disagree with Joker 2 comparisons. Wicked 2 completes its story. Okay. So that's clearly directed towards Kris. And I apologize because not on purpose. I false advertised with her. But
I will answer your question, Jordan. I do think that Wicked for Good will be bigger than the first as far as financially, because I think that it's become even bigger on digital and everything else too. It's going to be huge. What is the highlight of 2025, you're asking? Thus far? I'm trying to think anything that I'll give you a Working Man so far as a highlight, because it's exactly what I wanted from the movies. I haven't really enjoyed anything in the movies so far except that one. Really, like that one I really enjoyed. So, but I know what it is. It's like it's like I'm satisfied with what I got. Is it a great movie? No, of course not. But it's exactly what I wanted it to be. And as far as Wicked 2, I don't know the story and I don't want to know the story. It's another one that I'm just going to watch. Another sad one. Doug Developer. Hey, Chris. The only way that I can pretend this is I can pretend that this is actually directed towards me, and I'll tell you why. I spell my name with a K, so that works. Hi, Chris. Hey, how's it going? No one really calls me Chris anymore, but I'm going to let it slide for this one because Doug put in something. That's fine. I love you on Campy's show. I've been on Campy's show a handful of times, so thank you. I appreciate the appearances and stuff I've been on there. I laughed so hard when you said drunk guys would come up to you to hit on you thinking you were Mary Elizabeth Winstead. That actually happened to me. That did not happen to me. But nonetheless, I got through 50% of it. That's how good of an actor I am. Sign me up. To what? I don't know. Pierre, what's up, buddy? It's Pierre. He says, yay for Kris Carr. Another sad one. Order tray coffee. That's not sad. That's amazing. I'm telling you, when you get this thing, oh my God, it smells so good. It's incredible. It's really good. Someone said I should be drinking the coffee on the air in order to really get people to get it. I drink 2 cups in the morning. I can record myself in the morning drinking it if you guys want to see the footage of me drinking it. But it's like I drink it every morning. It's so good. It smells wonderful. So wonderful. All right. Jason Ashcroft, who says, fun to see Kris back, isn't it? Okay. Jason follows it up. So if all the rumors are true from Jeff Schneider about Matt Reeves / James Gunn, I basically have to want Superman. Which I'm very excited for, to not do very well if I want the Reeves Batman universe to continue. Okay, so look, here's the thing. I didn't even speak to Snyder, Jason, but Roke and I kind of had this conversation. I would assume, and this is what I'll tell you, I assume this, but I would assume that what Snyder is saying is they're waiting to see how Superman does. And if Superman does very well, then the Batman 2 is probably toast. And there's a possibility that they'll bring Pattinson in for DCU, or maybe not. They'll just end it where it is. But if Superman does poorly, then the Batman 2 will probably continue. Is that pretty much what he's saying? Because that tracks, is all I'm saying. It makes a lot of sense, business-wise, if that's the case. Jason also says, to be clear, I don't want Superman to fail, but I'd also like to see Reeves continue his Batman universe in his realistic take and vision. Yeah, but it already looks like he's not continuing in realistic take because they're putting it in the sci-fi fantasy zone. If you saw what the how they listed it on the site, but no, I don't. I didn't take it that you thought that it was going to fail. That you were hoping it was going to fail. Just pointing out that that's what you would need to do in order to see it continue. Jason says it again. I want to support both, but I just hate that we know what's going on behind the scenes in drama. Well, we don't necessarily know. I think Snyder is very reputable, and I think Snyder has great sources, but you don't ever know until you really know. And we don't know right now. Jason says, I appreciate you both. Thanks for all you do. Well, I'm by myself. But nonetheless, I appreciate you too. Simon Section. Is that Kris Carr? I seen the thumbnail? Yep. Next, I might as well put Julia Roberts in there as well, because neither one of them is on the show. Hey, Chris, don't yuck my yum. She didn't say anything. Love that line. You may not have been the originator, but you're my MJ to his moonwalk. Jeff Daniels would like to see that scene in the biopic. No response. Okay. So next one after this. I'm by myself. It's okay. I'm by myself. Hey, 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 I'm by myself. I'm doing fine. Hey, 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 hey. The camera's on you. You're not by yourself. Okay. So people watching. So don't be weird. Don't be weird. Fucking weirdo. That's what I am. Loud and proud. All right. Jesus became a new YouTube member. Thank you, sir. I like that. I like that a lot. You got a lot of good stuff. We just made it that $5 patrons, $5 members. Now it used to be 10. You have access to the Capes and Cows comic book. So if you are a member, you got access to it. Read all of them. They're amazing. Ronetta. Hi, Chris. Hi. It's good to see you on my show again. I'm here mostly all the time. I love your takes and you're funny as hell. Thank you very much. Just finished Paradise and was awesome. Damn, never seen it. Mike Joyce, have you ever been accidentally invited or accidentally added someone to a group chat asking for a friend? Yeah, sure. It's the problem with stuff. I've done that all the time. Like, oops. It was the other day. I did an oops. It happens. It's the thing with technology, especially. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that. Corn Emperor, wake up, Roker or Ellis, ask them to join. Nah, it's all right. Tomorrow we might even take the day off from doing the show because we're gonna be recording a shit ton with Sam tomorrow. So I'll probably take tomorrow off. And I need it every once in a while, you know. But there's a possibility Roker might even host on Thursday. I'm trying to knock out a bunch of things, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, what's the next one? Thank you, but good example. Good suggestion. I appreciate it. Oh, and someone said that I does Trade not have the cups? They might not, but what you can do, what I used to do, Mike, is I used to take one of the cups with Trade because I used to have little cups. And what I would do is I would open up the cup, dump out the remnants, and pour the Trade coffee in there, and then it works just fine. Gopal, have to go to the dentist, but here's some support. Thank you, Gopal. You're the best. Scott B, ordered Trade yesterday. Damn good. Oh, I'm wondering. I want to see how many people. Oh my God, come on! I want to hear from the advertising company that they couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe how many people got it. They don't understand our audience. They don't understand the power of our audience. Scott B, ordered Trade yesterday and looking forward to getting my first back. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I want to be honest with you. If they weren't that good, I'd say, who gives a shit? They came in, we tried them out. I liked them at first, but they didn't come back. I love Trade. I love them. Also, do you have any New York City restaurant recs? Headed there for a weekend trip with my wife. The city, not as much, man. You know, it's funny because I was with my buddy John Pinto, who lives in the city now, and he was telling me last night, we're going to go. I rely on him to take us to some places. What I will tell you to do, what I've been doing, I go to Instagram and I go and I look in the reels, and you can go start looking at reels on Instagram and type in New York restaurants, whether it's Italian or Greek or wherever you want to go. Tons of places and recommendations will come up, and then they'll start filtering into your algorithm, and then just do the research on Google and see what the kind of reviews are. But you can get a lot of they'll show you pictures of it, food plates. It's great. I've tried a few of those types of reels for restaurants out here. But I'm so glad that you got Trade, Scott. It's amazing. Tell me, everybody who got Trade, tell me. I want to know. Just let me know. I got it. I bought a bag. I got some. I signed up. Clay Titus, I had coffee with Macaulay a half an hour ago. Heat. Great movie. Gotta watch that with somebody. I am Jax 12. Live reaction to the new Andor trailer. It's awesome. Absolutely not. Why? Because I don't want to see it. I'm gonna have access to the first 2 episodes within the next week or two, and I'm just locked in. No one's gonna be bothering me as I watch that. I don't want to know shit. I don't want to know nothing. I don't know anything. I'm in. No live reaction. Nothing. Don't want to see it. Don't care. I care. I don't care about how great the trailer is. I'm happy that it's good, but I don't need to see it. John Cross. They're only showing one movie at CinemaCon this year too. Lame. Oh, good. Glad I'm not going. What's the movie? I don't even know what the movie is. Do you know? Oh, it's I Know How to Train Your Dragon. Okay. That's a good one that would be a good one to review and out of the theater for the full movie. Sure. But is it worth it to go? Probably not. Orange Grove 55. You're the best. This guy's been around forever, since Collider days and everything too. The best. I agree with your takes from yesterday's show. The politics, cancel culture, etc. is just too much. I just want to be nerd and talk movies. Wouldn't it be nice to go back to that? Unfortunately, it's just been oversaturated. It's politics now is a part of it, unfortunately. But I'm not going to be part of that. Victor Garrity. I mean, I even saw it in the comments yesterday. People were still trying to go to me anyway, trying to get me on. I'm not responding to that shit. Well, wait a minute. If you say this, then, well, what do you think about that? I'm coming from a very extreme left side of the view. What do you think? Oh, hey, Harloff, you think this? I'm coming from a very right side of it. What do you think about that then, huh? I'm like, fuck off. I'm not responding to that. Nice try. Like Mad Max. That's bait. Victor Garrity. Calling the twist in Jurassic now. The mission is to get embryos for a new park called Jurassic World, and the flick is a prequel to the Chris Pratt flick. Interesting. I hope not, though. But you know what? you might not be far off, because if that's the case, it makes more sense, because we're supposed to be in this after Jurassic World. It looked like it was going to be Planet of the Apes, and I was hoping that's what they were going to do. I don't know. We're at 32 right now, guys. I'm happy with that. I'd love to hit 100 today, but if we can't, hey, 32? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's amazing. I forgot Kylie Minogue was in that too. DJ Case, showing it up. J Mobile. I agree on keeping budgets down, but when it's due to talent budgets, talent budgets, big names demand big money. Yeah, but sometimes you don't need the big names. And sometimes those movies have many big names. Do you believe they should be replaced by smaller names? Sometimes. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes you don't need as many. Like I was just talking about it yesterday. Like they're doing that Joseph Kosinski UFO movie that David Grush is producing. You need at least one big star in that movie for Apple. You need a big, huge star in that movie, no doubt. There are and now that doesn't mean you have to put a bunch of movie stars in it, but you need at least one. And people always say, well, wait a minute, you say movie stars don't sell the tickets anymore. I said, no, the movie star is very different, as far as like movie stars just don't sell tickets when it's like, well, it's because it's like, all right, let's say they get Tom Cruise in that UFO movie. Now, if it's like, okay, what it used to be is the new Tom Cruise movie's coming out. What is it? Who cares? It's a Tom Cruise movie. It's a Will Smith movie. Who cares? Let's go see it. Now it's more so of like, wait, there's a UFO movie. Who's in it? Tom Cruise. Oh, that's cool. Who's in it? Oh, that's cool. That's more so what it is now, but it's more the director. Like, no, they're too. It doesn't matter. Christopher Nolan, and any movie he does, people get excited for. Doesn't matter. All right, Legend, MM600, Blanca, Ryu, and Guile are my favorites. What about you? Guile for sure, and Blanca. To be honest, I used to. My friends used to get mad at me because I used to use Blanca all the time and do the spin and eat people. Ed Boy. Ever seen Mortal Kombat Rebirth short? I have not, and I also haven't seen the new movie. The execution would make for an interesting take on Street Fighter minus a horror element. I think I'm going to do a reaction to the new movie, the one that came out, because they're doing a part 2. So I have to check that out. DJ Case, you're the best. Just gifted 10 memberships, so 10 new people have an opportunity to read that comic book. If you re-up, that would be good, because you get the unedited reactions every time I post one. You get live streams every time I post them. You get Q&As every time I post them. But you got access right now. You can download that Capes and Cows comic book. It's got everybody in it. It's a very, very good comic book written by the very talented Wicked Art. The wickedly talented Wicked Art. Victor Garrity, y'all were talking about Arnold's best movies at Weekend Left Out. True Lies, for shame. True Lies is a good one, for sure. True Lies, I would put Predator for me as number 1. But True Lies is up there. It's in there. Terminator. Mike Kalinowski's an imbecile. Said that Eraser's his best movie. That's a stupid person. Okay, Victor. Trust me. React to the Crank movies with Statham. I don't think I've ever seen them. So maybe. Stephanie Litz. Series I want. Xena, Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain. New Xena, you mean like a reboot? I would assume so. Nathan, have you seen Reacher season 3? I haven't seen season 2, but I heard 3 is amazing. Yeah. The NLSFC 96. I loved your reaction to Team America with Sadie. The eye rolls from Sadie were on point. Recommend Borat for the next year. She's seen Borat. She loves Borat. She loved Borat. She thought it was hilarious. That was my favorite. People were like, "Oh, she's politically correct." Like, my wife is not one of these politically correct, running around saying everything offends her people. It's not who she is. She doesn't like puppets, and she didn't think it was funny. She loved Borat was hilarious. But yeah, so we're actually the next movie her and I are doing together is Step Brothers, because she's never seen it before. I just found that out the other day, and I don't remember it. I think I've seen it once with Ellis a long time ago. Maybe I thought so. When did the movie come out? The movie came out in 2008 or 2009. I probably saw it with Ellis. Between the Panels channel, why do you think WWE does not do biopic movies of the Attitude Era wrestlers like Mick Foley or Undertaker? Well, because they probably want to keep good relationships with them. And the answer is, if you're going to do them well, they should do them, though. They should. But they should really they should try to do movies in the vein of Iron Claw and The Wrestler and things like that. And how crazy it would be if they could get a real big director with the money that they have and Endeavor running, they put together a package together to do a real biopic like that. And what they're doing, like with the Smashing Machine for the UFC with The Rock, like do like a real biopic on one of these guys, right? And like I'd love to see on Roddy Piper, man. Like Roddy was a friend of mine. So like Roddy's stories were out of control. And his whole, I mean, he was just a fascinating dude. I'd love to see a Roddy Piper movie. That'd be great. Just call it Roddy. Great. Or the Piper. One of the two. Roddy probably. God, I love that guy. He was such a great dude. Anyway, Andrew Krivolka. Hey, Kristian, have you watched the 7th season finale? And what'd you think of the season? So I really, my goal is, I just haven't been home at night in order to, I get back. By the time I'm home, I'm not even watching them. I'm going to sleep because I've been, like last night I was in the city to see the movie. I came home. The last one that I finished was the I'm up to the Patricia Arquette. I think I'm like 2 or 3 behind. I wish that I wouldn't heard any hype around that Gemma episode, because everyone's telling me how great that episode was, and I was just kind of like, and I was really digging the season. So I'm hoping that the rest of it picks up, because everybody's raving about the rest of the season. So I'm gonna finish it up, and then I'll give you my review on it. Marcus M, I'm hyped for the summer movie season. Me too. And you know, it's so funny that I thought this year in general, pretty solid compared to like last year. But going through 2026, I thought 2025 was going to be one of the biggest years. 2026 is going to be just huge. The amount of movies that are coming out, it's pretty nuts. Mike Pelly, the DCEU downfall began with no Man of Steel sequel. I don't disagree with you. We needed more time with him to care about the broader universe. Gunn's films worry me with heroes already established. I just love Superman so much. I don't disagree with what you're saying up top there about, I think that the problem was they were in the middle. This was right when Marvel was like thriving. Marvel was in the height of their powers. The Avengers were around this time. Like they were just, you couldn't touch Marvel. So the typical studio execs at the time were like, well, we've got to catch up to them. And they didn't build. They just said, let's just do Batman versus Superman right away, or let's just do a big thing there. And it's like, now build out and then build to that. Let us know about them first and get to there and, and earn it. And they never earned it. So I don't disagree. The Gunn film worrying you with the established heroes, I'm not there with you on that one, because I want to see how it's executed. If it's executed all right, like we've been saying this whole show, then I'm on board. But let's see. Like, the advantage that they have is that they have so many movies that have come before that you have a knowledge of them. You know what I mean? You have a knowledge. Okay, let's see. Next one, J.P. Wiggins. Confirmation that Filoni does not F with Rogue Andor. Finished my 3rd rewatch of season 1 recently and decided to watch Rogue One, and the Ghost plus Hera PA call have been removed from the digital copy. Is that true? Is that true? The Ghost plus Hera? Is that true? Is it not on? Hera not being called during Rogue One isn't in there anymore? Interesting. Can I get confirmation on that? JP, were you sleeping? Or maybe it's true. I don't know. Mr. Nerd Fanatic, who would you like to write for in WWE if I went back to writing there? Let's see. Who would I like to write for? I mean, I'd like to work with, not for. If I was going to work with, I mean, CM Punk, man. I'd like to work with. For is, I think that's the problem with writers. It's like when you're writing for them, the wrestlers are like, F you. I don't need you to write for me. You want to write with them. So I would write with, and I would actually write with, you know who I write with? Should have been my first answer. I take that back. Karrion Kross. And not just because I've become friendly with him. I think he's criminally underused. And I think that I would love to do things with him. That it's like, okay, the stuff with the jiu-jitsu stuff that he has, the guy's breaking bats with his legs. Should be doing that. They need to be doing more with Karrion Kross. DJ Case, support. Thank you, DJ Case. DJ Case, support. Thank you, DJ Case. First Rate Nate, what up, man? Just order trade. You're welcome. More trade. More trade. Smells so good. Oh, man, I love it. Trade, trade, trade. Everybody get trade. Everybody. Come on. All right, let's see. Wait a minute. That's not. Is that really her? You can't come in here right now. You're on the other show. You're not supposed to be here. Is that really her? I love that she came in, though, if that is her. Mark, Jason, Ali. Mark, where you been? It's good to have Mark back. What's your favorite Tom Cruise movie? I would probably have, this is from Andrew Kavolka, I would probably say Top Gun Maverick, but Edge of Tomorrow is up there also. That's probably it. Yeah, those are probably the two. Okay, is that it? Oh, I think we hit the bottom. Oh, Kris Carr has been in the chat for a while, is what someone said. That's even better. Yeah, we missed you. I think that the show would have done better if you were here today. And if it sounds like I'm trying to make you feel guilty, I am. No, I love Kris Carr. She is a wonderful human being. I will say that. She is a wonderful human being. And the reason why you haven't seen her on this show in a couple months is all her fault. No, it's my fault. It's because it's just been slammed with virtual and everything too. I want to get her on more. I really do. I love her. I think she's just a great, great person. Same, Kris. You got to get over here. Hurry up. We didn't even talk about Transformers 1. We both shit all over that stupid thing. And we loved it. I loved it. I don't know how you felt about it. I haven't talked to you about that. She's great. She does love the Tushy bidets. That's right. I had that in there. I had Kris Carr's name in the ad for the Tushy bidets longer than I had Kris Carr on the show. So Kris Carr will be back on this show soon. We just got to figure out when. And I love that she's like, I feel like she's like in class. You know, when you're in class, you're not supposed to be on your computer or your phone. I feel like that's what's happening right now. I feel like she's not supposed to be on. She's almost like cheating right now. Yeah, see, she's laughing her ass off because this is exactly what she's doing. I love that. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna get her and Steph on together. I want to get her and Roxy together. I'm gonna have her back. I don't know. She needs to be back on the show. She was a part of it. She was in the comedy show. She needs to be part of the show. Okay. If you want to keep us going, you can. We can get to at least 40. Let's try to get 40. If not, I can call it today. So we can do that. Let's do that. I'm not doing the AI big balls thing today. I can't remember. Do you guys remember if Kris Carr ever interacted with big balls? I feel like she did. Did she? I don't remember. She'll probably tell you if she did or not. If not, it'll have to happen next time she's on. I feel like she'd be able to hang for sure. Oh, last one. Here it is. Okay, then we're gone. Unless you want to keep us on. JP Wiggins. 100%. Check out that scene on Disney Plus after you go off air and make a separate video about it. He needs to be removed from the head of creative. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, Kris Carr did interact with big balls. I figured. And she probably put him in his place. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about removing him right now, but he's not the guy. He's not the guy. He's just not the guy. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We had a good show. It was a fun show. I like the show. I like what we did. But we will be back with tomorrow. I'm hoping. Well, tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to be on yet. I don't know if I'm going to be on. I might take the day off. I'm not sure because I have so many things I'm doing tomorrow, which will be good for you guys too. Oh, now you're not going to let me off? Okay, fine. I hear you. The Mohave Social Club. I haven't seen anything from the MCU since WandaVision. Sad they didn't stick to the Tom King Vision book. Glad he's involved with the DCU now. I'll watch along the rest of MCU with you and Sam. I love that. I love that, by the way. I love the fact that, look, I didn't watch all the MCU, but I'll just watch it with you guys. Whatever you do watch. We're not going to watch everything. I'll tell you that. We're going to watch, I think, what we're watching for sure, WandaVision, Loki season 1, Loki season 2. I probably will do Hawkeye. Not going to do She-Hulk. Not going to do the Secret Invasion. Not going to do Echo. Not going to do the Ms. Marvel. Might do recaps to some of these. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do recaps to them. And we're gonna do all the movies. So Black Widow, yeah, all the movies we're gonna do. All the movies we'll do. Mike Pelly, I think we have the same birthday, October 4th. 1st, yes. Great. Hey, Mike. Yeah, October 1st, we do. That's it. Let's see. Oh, Kris Carr just says, Willem never heard that, but you know me, I'm not going to crap on anything's interest. I don't remember which one. I love that she's in here on the show. This is hilarious. Mike Pele, who wrote that already. Is that it? I think that's it. We'll see. So I didn't lie to you, by the way. Kris Carr was on the show. She was in the chat room, watching all of you, judging you. That's right. There are 2 UFO disclosure movies. One is Spielberg and one is a Joseph Kosinski movie, the one that we just talked about yesterday, Bill. So, all right. Thank you guys for being here today. Thank you to Kris Carr for joining us in some form or another. And thank you to you guys for being amazing. I know. Well, Kris, Kris says she's sorry she made me a liar. By you popping into the chat, you really didn't. So thank you for you're probably going to get in trouble for doing that. But even the fact that you did was very nice. So, so thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. And, and just so you know, I'm just going to bring that up real quick, Kris. This is just for you. And we'll say goodbye here.
Bye-bye, Kris. Hey, listen. Who gives a shit if you made this fool look all lonely and stuff? Him just sitting there talking bullshit. I bet you we would have had about 1,000 people in here if you were here. But who wants to see his old ass just sitting around talking about bullshit? James Bond and whatnot. Look at my balls. They're wonderful. And yesterday, I battled AI. Well, it might not have been yesterday. Okay. I'm going to go sniff some glue. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go sniff some glue. And by glue, it's a horse that I know.
Can you please get out of here? No one needs you. All right, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you to Kris Carr. Thank you to everybody else. And Shay Markel says this. Kris Carr, we need you to land a role as a voice actor on Invincible. Oh, I'm sure she's probably going to say no shit. I'm sure she loves it. So there you go. Yeah. That's great. Kris Carr should do voice stuff. Do a voice role on Invincible. It'd be great. Oh, Milk John's mom. Okay. Maybe I missed it, but do you plan on doing a review of the final season of Cobra Kai? A review? No, I've talked about it. I reviewed it in discussion on the show. I've had a discussion on the show about it, and I really enjoyed it. And I loved the finale, and I thought it was great. So now that's my review. Shay, who ends it and says, Kristian, you're awesome. Well, thank you, Shay. So are you, my friend. All right. Come back. Please come back. Don't leave us. Please don't leave us. Son of a bitches. All right. Thank you, guys. Just kidding. Just kidding. Andrew Gravolka, what do you think of the Hunt for Gollum movie? I just watched Fellowship, and I wonder how much story there is to tell. Let's see what Peter Jackson and Andy Serkis cook up. I'm interested in it because I like those two guys a lot. So I'm interested in it. I want to see the trailer, and I want them to not do what they did with The Hobbit and over CGI it. I want them to go back to what they did with Lord of the Rings, the originals. Armada, will Working Man resurrect David Ayer's career? I think he already got resurrected with Beekeeper. I think he knows his lane. He knows what he's doing. He's working with Satan. I didn't know that Stallone co-wrote that movie, by the way, Working Man. You can tell. Alex, hate for Sam's intro to be Miss Marvel in the Marvels. Hope she watches the show on her own. Much love. I don't disagree with you, Alex. It's one of the things that I contemplate, but I just know, like, I've got to make sure that it's worth like the time and stuff too, right? Like, I can't imagine that anybody's going to watch. I like that show, by the way. I like the interaction. I just can't imagine anybody's going to watch those. So maybe doing a full recap thing to it. Maybe asking her to watch. I don't know how many episodes is it. I gotta look. Let me look. How many to beat Roka? They asked. Right now, I would need another 46 to beat Roka. I don't think I'm going to get 46, but I'm about to sign off. So we need 46 to beat Roka. There's only 6 episodes of Ms. Marvel. Really? No, I know you did, Alex. You said on her own. I know, but Sam's busy as hell, man. She's just as busy as I am. Unless she's in here doing stuff she didn't watch it. Why do you think she hasn't seen anything? Armada, who missed the beginning of the show when I addressed this, but because he sent in the question, I will answer it again. Across the Spider-Verse, there was a copyright thing on the video, so we've been trying to clean it up. I'll tell you right now, if it's cleaned up, we've been working on it, and if it's cleaned up, No, it's not. I don't think it is. Let me refresh it. No, not yet. So it's either going to be out later today or it'll be out tomorrow, but it'll be out soon. I think that's it. That's it. Okay. All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate everything. Oh, just kidding. Sorry, missed the beginning of work. All good. It happens. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify. We are everywhere the podcast can be found. Make sure you do that. Check that out. All that stuff and more. And that's it. We'll be back tomorrow. I do have my reactions to Daredevil episodes 5 and 6 coming out tonight. So join me there. We have the episodes with Sam for both Across the Spider-Verse and WandaVision. I'm going to do 3 episodes at a time for WandaVision. So it's going to be good. That's it. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. Thank you to all. And we'll see you on the flip side. Mustard. 100%. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Bye.